Hello, everyone, and welcome to National Shelf Service. I hope you've been enjoying our videos so far today in celebration of World Book Night. And I hope you continue watching us for the rest of the day because we've got a fantastic program lined up for the afternoon. I'm Alison Brumwell. I am Chair of Youth Libraries Group, and I am here to recommend my World Book Night read, which is the brilliant Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. Now, this was actually published in the US in 2014. It's not being published in the UK until this month. I forget what the date is, but it's April 2020. So it's taken 6 years for this brilliant book to make it across the ocean from Brooklyn, New York, which is where Jackie Woodson lives and where she grew up. You can enjoy this on audiobook from your local library. And I really, really hope once I've told you a bit about it, that it fires you up to find out more about Jackie Woodson and maybe even explore some of her fiction. Brown Girl Dreaming isn't really an autobiography because there aren't a lot of dates in it. To me, it's more of a memoir than anything else because it's about her childhood and her young adulthood in South Carolina and then later on in Brooklyn, where she moved to when she was a bit older. It's a book about self-discovery. It's a book about things in her life, her influences, her family and her friends, all the things going on around her in the 1960s and 70s growing up that really made her want to become a writer. There's a lovely section in the memoir where she's caught spraying graffiti on a wall, and she expresses that she just wanted to write her name everywhere, as far and as wide as she could. And I think that's a very powerful message in the book about her coming to a real sense of self. The other really powerful thing about this memoir is that it's not written in chapters, it's written in free verse. So it's got a really lovely flow to it. The language is very rich, it's very evocative, it's very accessible if you're someone who's not familiar with poetry or doesn't really enjoy it. I can guarantee Brown Girl Dreaming will get you right in to the flow of the narrative and the very different way that it's written. There's a real sense of family, as I said, and friendship, and all the influences that come into Jackie's writing as an adult. They're all here in this book for us to discover. There's quite a lot of the civil rights movement happening in the backdrop, and also Jackie's faith as well, because she's raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and that does create some problems for her when she's growing up later on in Brooklyn. There's a little section at the end of the book where she explains a little bit about some of the people in her family and why she decided to write Brown Girl Dreaming. And she says that she's often asked in interviews if she had a difficult childhood. And she says that to her, it was complicated, but it was very rich. There were positives and there were negatives. Yes, there were hardships. And I think that complexity and that richness comes across very much in her story. It's about hope. It's about discovery. It's about family. And it's also about what ifs. What if her best friend's family hadn't emigrated from Puerto Rico? They never would have met. All the other different ways her life could have changed, possibly for the worse. And it comes across very clearly that she wouldn't have it any other way. Now, Jackie Woodson's written novels for adults, and she's written novels for children. And I really hope that Brown Girl Dreaming gets her a wider audience in this country. So please do take the time to explore her absolutely wonderful world. Thank you.